Court filings have been filed in New York City by the WhatsApp founder Jan Koum. This is against a French interior designer, and he's accusing the company, which is based on the person's name, I believe, of ripping off millions from him whilst renovating one of his homes in Malibu and St. Bart's and 2 of his super yachts, hence the story being on this channel. Court documents, this is based on reporting by the Daily Mail, by the way. Court documents filed in federal court in Manhattan, in New York, shows original invoices for items purchased and allegedly fake invoices with massive markups for each item totaling hundreds of thousands of euros. The billionaire tech entrepreneur claims that the French designer Rémi Tessier brazenly exploited a 10-year working relationship by supplying fake luxury goods and inflating prices on items by 10 to 20% as part of a pattern of predation. Now, Koum accuses the Paris-based designer of keeping him in the dark during the process and turning the decade-long relationship into a brazen, sprawling fraud. Koum says he plans to bring a criminal fraud case against the company in France. Tessier also worked on 2 of Koum's super yachts. Now, we showed these recently in a video. 2 super yachts, both called Moonrise, both about 100 meters, one built in 2020 and the other one just being delivered 2025. The second one is larger in gross tonnage. Those yachts, add the values of those yachts up and it's over $500 million. This is from the court documents. Tessier cultivated his image of discretion, exclusivity and sophistication to gain Koum's trust whilst deliberately constructing a closed system that gave Tessier unilateral control over design and procurement with zero oversight. Unbeknownst to Koum, Tessier's entire system was designed to enable him to steal over and over again. They've supplied some evidence of these invoices. What Koum was able to do was actually go to the original manufacturer or the supplier and get invoices from them directly and then compare them to the ones that were supplied by this company in France. And you could see the markups on them clearly here. You can see tens of thousands in markups. So this is just 2 examples, not the only ones. Like I said, it adds up to a lot of money, like millions. It's not illegal to do markups. They might say, oh, we have a 20% markup on everything that we purchase or everything that we supply. So if you're bringing in a designer to design something, a room, for instance, and they say to you up front, we're going to charge you 20% on anything we give you, whatever. But they may be able to get discounts in the first place. If we go back to this example here, you can see that on the left-hand side is the original invoice, and it says the C fastening for this particular lamp is included in the price. And then we look at the one on the right, which was the invoice that was provided by the company that's being chased in court. It clearly says that they're charging $5,000 per C fastening. The original price on the original invoice, $76,800. The modified price, $101,330, which is a markup of $24,530. What I would say about this story is this is not a one-off, I don't think. This is speculation now on my part, but I've worked on many yachts over the years, as you all know. And in 2015, I was working on a yacht. Now, I'm not going to name any companies because I don't have any evidence to back this up, but I just know from my own experience. In 2015, I was on a yacht in Germany. We were in a big refit, millions. It turns out to be over 50 million euros in the end. It didn't. I don't think we went in thinking we were going to spend that much, but that's how much it ended up being. And I was in a meeting and the owner was there of the yacht. The owner of the company was there. One of the jobs was at hull painting. The people who were doing the hull painting were there, the chief engineers, and there was some other people there. And there was a conversation going on, and the owner of the yacht said to the owner of the company, he says, look, I've paid you your 5 million euros for the hull painting. And as he said it, I was sitting across the table from the actual company that was painting the hull, and I saw the look that he gave to the chief engineer as he turned to look at the chief engineer as if to say, 5 million? And there'd been a massive markup on that hull job. My office on this particular yacht was my cabin, and I had a big cabin, but I had an office in there. I had a desk, and all my computers and everything were in there. And during the refit, I asked if I could have a new. Now all the furniture in your cabin is all fitted in place, right? You can't just move the table because it's all bolted in and it's made into that cabin. But I said, can I get a new top for my desk? And I designed it. I drew it how I wanted it, different shape. I wanted holes at the back so I could run cables inside. And I designed the whole thing, and they did it. And I wasn't officially privy to the costing of it. But then it got back to me that the people had quoted €5,000 for a tabletop. And when I found out about it, I saw the company that was doing that, subcontractor in the shipyard that was doing the carpentry work. And I said to him, €5,000 for a tabletop? And I could tell by the way he reacted that he wasn't prepared to have been interrogated on it. But he just said, well, I don't come up with the pricing, but and he was really defensive about it really quickly. And I just thought, if I'd known, even though it's not my money, if I'd known they were going to charge $5,000, it'd already been approved at this point. I would have said, don't do it. I would have done it myself, And it was just that, a tabletop made out of wood. If you can charge €5,000 for a tabletop in a crew cabin, you can imagine what they're charging for everything else, right? So this is not unusual. It's like an open secret, I would say, in the industry. A lot of people won't like me saying that, and I'm not saying that everybody's doing it. I'm just saying that in my experience, I've seen it on a number of occasions in different places. So it doesn't surprise me at all. Hi, thanks very much for watching this video. If you want to see the full news videos, click on the link over here. And if you'd like to find the channels, you can find the links below here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.